All right, go ahead.
All right. Looks like I've got everything going. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me this evening. I am actually a former resident of Roanoke, Virginia. I moved to Indianapolis from Roanoke. So someone mentioned Southwest Virginia earlier. So I know where you're at. um, but I am so excited to talk to you a little bit about Kiwanis Amplify this evening. Hopefully, many of you have already heard a little bit about our program. I know you have Josh amongst you, who is our fearless leader of the committee that I work with, who has helped dream up and begin to build something that is brand new for Kiwanis International, something that we have never seen before. So I want to give a big shout out to Josh and to our entire committee of volunteers who have really helped make this program possible. I also want to give another shout out to another Capitol member, President Art Riley, whose vision for this program was what created the committee that I work with in the first place. He saw possibilities for Kiwanis to grow in the area of leadership development. And that's what got the conversation started about building a leadership development program for all members. And that's really what Kiwanis Amplify is all about. As you probably know, we have a number of leadership development opportunities for our positional leaders. We've got the club leadership education, the CLE training that is offered. We've got lieutenant governor training, governor-elect training, club opening and club strengthening training that exists. But we don't have anything just for the general member. And to take that one step further, we don't offer full professional development opportunities for our members, leadership training that they can use absolutely within Kiwanis, but also beyond Kiwanis, how to be better leaders at home, at work, in their communities, in other organizations that they might be involved in. And that's really the basis of the Kiwanis Amplify program. So to go along with that why, we saw the need there to create something to better support our members, another member benefit, a professional development opportunity for our members to expand on the leadership training that they were already getting that was Kiwanis specific and go beyond the organization with it. We also see the need to strengthen our leadership pipeline. Too often we are seeing club presidents repeat term after term after term, or the same few people cycling in and out. We see governor-elect races going uncontested far too often. And so we wanted to create a program that would help provide our members with the skills that they might need to step into those roles, and also give them the confidence to know, hey, you can do this. This is something that we want all of our members to engage in and feel that they can step into some of those roles and step out as leaders within our organization. And finally, another benefit that we see for this program for Kiwanis as a whole, for our clubs, for our divisions, for our districts, is member retention. And I'll explain a little bit more about how we feel like this could be a retention tool for our clubs here in a moment. We all know that members who engage with Kiwanis beyond their club walls, so to speak, find a greater connection to the organization, a greater sense of dedication to the organization. Those relationships that they start building within their division, within their district, and internationally really help to create the camaraderie and help drive home the mission of the greater organization. And that's what this program has the power to help us do. It will help us connect Kiwanians from all over the world, help them learn alongside one another and build relationships with one another, meet one another where maybe they wouldn't have had that opportunity in the past. So who is Kiwanis Amplify for? And the basic answer is Kiwanis Amplify is for everyone. We encourage anyone who loves to learn, who maybe wants to step up in a leadership role, who wants to build their skill set. This program is for you. We are not limiting it to any one category of folks. You do not have to have a formal leadership position to participate. This program is for anyone. That said, there are definitely specific groups of Kiwanis that we think could really truly benefit in a significant way from this program, and some of those are highlighted on your screen. Young professionals, folks that are looking to build experience and work up the ladder in their careers as well as in Kiwanis, this would be a great opportunity for them. Graduating CKI members. Now, club and current college students, we are encouraging to participate in our global leadership certification program. That's something separate from this one. That is made specifically for our SLP members. But we do have those graduating seniors that are getting ready to go into the workplace, and we do feel that the Kiwanis Amplify program might be a better fit for those specific students. And this program will be open to them this year. We also feel that new Kiwanis members and new Kiwanis leaders would be a great group to participate in this. Again, with new members, especially since a lot of us have been virtual this year, connecting with their fellow club members may have been somewhat of a struggle. So we will help them further build relationships through this program, introduce them to ways that they can utilize the things they're learning, not only to benefit them at home or at work, but also in their Kiwanis experience. Again, if you're a lifelong learner like I am, this program could very well be for you. So I want to share with you some program specifics. What is Kiwanis Amplify and what can you expect if you wanted to participate in this program? Well, this is a virtual program for the most part. So you can participate from the comfort of your own home. We will offer 8 virtual modules beginning April 19th, and I'll have a slide that has all of our dates here in a moment. But beginning April 19th, we will launch 1 module per week for 8 weeks, leading up to our international convention in Salt Lake City. So the good news is this will be asynchronous learning. And what I mean by that is you can go at your own pace. You don't have to sign on to your computer at any specific time. You can go through the module at your own pace. You can stop and come back to it later. You can do it when it's convenient for you and it fits into your schedule. We do estimate that it will take an average of 2.5 to 3.5 hours to complete to complete all of the content for the week. That includes the modules or the segments themselves, the videos that you would watch, as well as working through any worksheets or supplemental materials, reflection questions, discussion questions, things like that. So not a whole lot of time that you'll need to dedicate to the program as we go through, but definitely something of value. Now within these 8 modules, 56 different topics will be covered. So that's 7 segments per module if we're doing the math here. And creating those 56 segments, we've hired 38 different content experts from all over the world to build out these educational sessions. So this is not content that I, as a Kiwanis International staff member, has created. This is not the same content that you would have or maybe have already received at your district convention or Kiwanis International Convention or anything like this. All new faces and voices. And these are professionals. These are people who do this for a living, who have decided to help us create this and build this out. So we're really excited to offer brand new content for our members. Another exciting piece is we talked about the retention aspect and helping to build connections along between members. All of our participants will be going through this program within a cohort. So once we get everyone registered, we'll put them into smaller groups of no more than 50 people, okay? And as they're walking through the content, they will be assigned to a discussion board with their group of folks that they're going through the program with. There, we will start conversation with different questions based on the content that they're learning that week, and everyone will have the opportunity to chime in, share how they're going to be using the material, what their takeaways were for that week, all that good stuff, and begin getting to know one another that way and engaging with one another that way. So that is kind of the live aspect of this. It allows for everyone to contribute when they can. No need for time zone barriers or anything like that with folks participating from all over the place. Everybody can sign in and contribute when they can. So once these 8 online modules have completed, we will cap off the program with a culminating session at Salt Lake City for Kiwanis International Convention. Anyone who plans to attend the convention can participate in that in person. Now, given the year that we are, or now more than a year that we are in, we recognize that might not be possible, either period, or due to travel restrictions or health issues or what have you, social distancing issues. So we are also going to be offering that capstone program virtually after the convention has concluded. So everyone will be able to get that full program experience. But if you're going to convention, you can get it in person. If you're not able to attend convention, it will be offered virtually after the fact. Now, I promised a slide with some dates. Here is the slide with all the dates. So February 15th, that is a date we need to mark down. That is the date that registration for this program will officially launch. Right now, if you go to our website, you can click an Enroll Now button, and you can sign up to be on our mailing list so that you get all the updates when they're available. But February 15th is when the official program registration launches. April 1st is the date that the program registration will close. We do not have a maximum number of people that can participate. We can take as many as we want. So no worries there. But we will have to close registration on April 1st in order to get everybody loaded into our system. April 19th, again, is the launch of the first module. And then 8 weeks later, on June 7th, will be the launch of the final virtual module before we move into Salt Lake City. So that gives about 2 weeks in between the launch of the first module and that capstone program. So if anybody falls behind and they haven't gotten through all the material, it gives some buffer room to be able to catch up. Hopefully, International Convention goes off without a hitch, and throughout those dates, we'll be offering those in-person sessions. Again, we're going to limit the size of those to make sure that they're intimate and everybody can interact. The goal of those is that they are interactive. We're going to be using the skills that you've learned for the previous 8 weeks and practicing how to utilize all the things that you've learned. July 5th through the 11th then is when we will be hosting various online or virtual options of that capstone program. It won't be the full week. There'll just be various options within that week to participate. So who are these content experts? Who are these folks that we have signed on to provide the educational content? This is actual pictures throughout the presentation. There are some pictures of our actual content experts, but we've got a number of professional speakers, award-winning authors. We've got some former SLP members that have grown up and become professionals in this area that they will be providing some content. We've got an American Ninja Warrior that signed on to help us. He just got signed on to the season 13 like this past week, so he'll be on again after this, which is exciting. Some business owners, educators, the killer pitch master Precious Williams, and some Kiwanians as well. But the other thing about the Kiwanians that are participating, they are not folks that you've probably heard from before. We connected with them through various avenues, and they just happen to be Kiwanians. So we're excited to share these new faces with you and to bring some new voices to the Kiwanis stage. Now, what do you have the opportunity to learn throughout this program? Now, we've got 8 different topics on the screen right now, and those are the overarching topics of our 8 modules. Within each of these topics, we'll have 7 subtopics that will be covered. Now, if you go to our website, kiwanis.org/amplify, and that will be on the screen several times this evening, we have each of these modules broken down. You can see each topic that will be shared and an abstract of each individual segment. And some of them even have promotional videos that our content experts have created. So you can get a little sampling of what they're going to be offering. And I have a sample video for you. I don't think I did this right, so I'm gonna have to reshare here. Hang on. Share my sound. All right, I'm gonna share this video with you.
Hello, I'm Christy Kennedy.
Uh-oh.
I'm excited to teach you how to communicate with confidence. One of the number 1 fears in the world is glossophobia, a fear of public speaking. And listen, I have been on the other side of that fear. What I want you to understand is when you speak, if you learn how to speak from your heart, what comes from the heart goes to the heart. And if you can move yourself, you can move the masses. There are so many elements to effective communication, and together we will learn key strategies on how to help you overcome the anxiety that you're currently feeling. I remember listening to a speaker once, and they said, this is a simple formula to follow in any environment. Say what you're going to say it, and say what you said. Keep it simple. 1, 2, 3. That will help you focus in on your thoughts and what you want to communicate and stay clear and concise. Speak with conviction, speak with compassion, knowing that you've got this. And I'm going to see you in class.
See all the courses, enroll, or recommend someone for Kiwanis Amplify today. Visit kiwanis.org/amplify.
All right, sorry about the pauses there. I am not on the highest speed of internet this evening. So, all right. So the next question, what is this going to cost? This sounds like a big undertaking. Surely there's some sort of a cost to this. And yes, there is. The investment for the program is $200 a person. The charge for the program is mainly, well, no, not mainly. It is to cover the cost of the program itself. We did hire all of these people to create the content. So the program was definitely not free to create or to market. And so rather than using dues money to cover the cost of this program, we are charging to participate in the program so that we can cover the costs of the program itself. I think that you would probably be it would probably be very difficult to find programs of this quality and this quantity for this value outside of Kiwanis. If you were searching for a professional development opportunity from your workplace or a professional organization of some sort, this would probably be $1,000 or more to participate. So we do feel that this is a strong value for what's being offered. And we do think that there are quite a number of ways in which this program could be paid for. This program is accessible and is payable through service funds. Just like the education conference for Kiwanis International Convention, because it is solely educational in nature, can be paid out of a service fund. This too can be paid for via service funds. We've got a number of clubs, we've got a number of divisions, we've got a number of districts who have decided that they want to sponsor some of their members to participate. I will defer to Dennis and to Krista as to whether or not that's something the Capital District is offering. But it is something that a number of districts have decided that they want to do. We also have had a number of folks share that their employers have offered to pay for this because it is a true professional development opportunity. This is not Kiwanis-based education that's teaching you how to be a good Kiwanian. This is leadership development training teaching you how to be a good leader. So if your workplace has professional development funds available, that might be a good avenue as well. We are offering an incentive for clubs, divisions, districts to sponsor more people to go through the program. So for every 6th person that signs up to go through the program from any specific district, we will be offering a $200 rebate back to the district. So if 6 people sign up from the Capital District, the district would then receive $200 back. If 12 people signed up from the Capital District, $400 would be rebated to the district. If your club wants to sponsor 6 people, the district will receive the rebate, and you would just need to work with Jeff Wolf or your district office to connect with them to make sure that you get the funds for sponsoring that many people. Dennis, comments on that?
Let me jump in while we're here.
Yeah.
The district is in the process of working out a formula to do this, and we should have everything in place again before April, but as soon as possible, so the clubs know if they do 6 or more. And we haven't come up with an exact process on how we'll distribute the rebate yet otherwise, but we're open for any suggestions. Let Jeff or myself know, and but we will take care of those clubs. If they have 6 people, you will get the $200 for the extra person.
Fabulous. Thank you for that. What else? All right. So maybe some of you are saying, I'm in, sign me up. This sounds great. I want to do it. Awesome. If you go to our website, again, Krista put it in the chat, the web address for our website. If you go there, you can scroll down to the bottom and you'll find an Enroll Now button. Again, right now, you'll just be signed up for our mailing list. There's no commitment yet. If you want to be receiving more emails and more information as it becomes available on the program, I recommend that you go and sign up now to receive those. February 15th, that button will change to a Register Now button. And that is when the commitment will take place. We'll accept payment and all that good stuff. You can, if you are a club president or club secretary and you want to register several people from your club, you can do that all in one form, all at once, one payment done. The form is very easy to use. So that's how the registration will work. Now, some of you may be saying, okay, this program sounds great. I don't know if it's for me, but I know that there are quite a few people in my club or in this district that I think would be a fantastic fit. How do I help? Well, the first way that you can help is by recommending a member to participate. So again, if you go to the website and scroll down, you'll find a recommend a member button. Anyone can do this. You can recommend up to 3 people at a time. If you want to recommend more, just fill out the form again. We love that. Please do that. We will contact the people that you recommend and let them know, hey, an honored Kiwanian has recommended you for this program. They think you'd be an awesome fit. Here's some information. We'd love to have you. So that is one way you can help. Another way that you can help is simply by promoting this program. If you think this program sounds great, the word of mouth, the more Kiwanians hear about this, the farther it will spread. This being the first year, we need everybody talking about it and everybody sharing it. So again, on the website, there's a whole box called Promoting Kiwanis Amplify. In there, you will find a general promotional video that you can share, a flyer that you can print or you can download and email to folks, a sample newsletter that you can customize and use for your club newsletter or what have you, an email that can be used to send to folks that you think would be a good fit for the program, our graphics, all that good stuff. Okay, so that's all found in that box. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me and letting me chat with you this evening. Josh is normally the rock star presenter for this program. I don't know, Josh, if there was anything that you felt like I missed that we needed to discuss before we go into questions, feel free to hop in and share that. But feel free to jump on with any questions that you might have. I saw Dennis had a hand up. Katie had a hand up maybe for a second.
That was just a congratulation hand.
It was a clapping hand, yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Anybody have any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
I'm Lieutenant Governor, and I have a Lieutenant Governor fund that's sort of sitting static with several $100s in it.
Mhm.
Is there a recommended protocol that you all thought about for how we might want to screen candidates? Like if we were only able to maybe sponsor 1 or 2 and you had 5 or 6 applicants, some kind of screening tool. If just food for thought.
Sure, yeah. We don't have an application process because anyone can participate. So that is not something that we have created, but if the district wants to work together to determine who would be the best fit for the district, I think more power to you. I think that's a great way to determine who gets those funds, whether it be an application process or a drawing of some sort, if you want to make it somewhat random. Hey, you've got to go to mid-year if you want to find out if you are going to win the funds from this division or from the district or what have you. If you want to leave it open to chance like that, there are definitely possibilities there, but I'll leave that up to y'all to decide how you want to determine that.
Catherine, that was an excellent question. If you want to, work with me on that, I'm sure we could figure out some kind of criteria and rubric and do that. So just let me know.
Somebody put on, I think James put on there about looking at your lieutenant governor elects. I think Lynsy did a great job of explaining what President Art wants. And this is his dream child, and what he's doing for the youth programs. And that is and some of us, there are a few on the phone tonight that are old enough to remember when there was a Kiwanis Academy. And I wasn't, but I'm old enough, but don't remember it. But the point is that's what Art wants to see back. So Catherine, to kind of answer your question, anybody that you feel is an up and coming leader in our capital district and in your area and in your division. And I think, using your fund, the fund is yours. Lieutenant Governor Fund is yours. If you want to award, just an example, the person from Hurley that got the most sponsorships, or, I think the sky's the limit. Like Lynsy kind of said, there's no criteria, but whatever you think for our future of our district. And Art wants to make sure this is the future of Kiwanis. So, it's a good idea. Maybe we can use it as a raffle let me stop and ask this question. It's my understanding that the district will not know what funds will be returned until after April 15th. Is that correct?
After April 1st, once registration closes, that's when I will start notifying the districts of how many people have registered. If you want updates, anyone can contact, district leadership can contact me at any time to find out how many people they've got registered. I'm going to try to I'm not going to try, I'm going to have to keep up on how many people and from where are registered at any given time. So, you know, I may need to take a day or two to make sure it's current, but for the most part, I will be the gatekeeper of all of that goodness. So even if you, you know, had a club member that said they wanted to sign up, I can definitely confirm that for you. The other thing is, because there's been some concern over, well, what if we pay for someone to do it and they don't actually finish the program? We will be able to see that. We will be able to track exactly what they've watched, what they've interacted with on our interface. So we will be able to confirm whether or not they do fully complete the program. There was a question in the chat box as to whether or not folks would receive a certificate for completing, and the answer is yes. We will have a formalized certificate. You will be certified from Kiwanis International for completing the Kiwanis Amplify program. We're looking at some virtual badge options that you can add to your social media, add to your email signature, all of that good stuff. And once we get fully integrated with Salesforce, which will be happening later this year, there will be badges within that program that will follow your profile as well. So you can be identified as a Kiwanis Amplify graduate. We are hoping to be able to offer some sort of recognition for all of our program, those who complete our program at Kiwanis International Convention this year in Salt Lake City. So that's another opportunity to look forward to if you plan to attend the convention.
David, you want to do your question?
There was a question about, are we working with JCI in terms of Kiwanis Amplify? We have not connected with JCI on this, but that is a wonderful suggestion. Josh, take note. Maybe that's something the committee needs to look into. I had not thought of that, but you're absolutely right. They do some wonderful training within their organization, and maybe that's another avenue that we could look into. Maybe even we are eventually looking into offering this program beyond the Kiwanis walls, so to speak, offering it to non-Kiwanians. And maybe one of the first steps that we could take is offering this to JCI members as a way of encouraging them to move into Kiwanis once they age out of JCI. So that's a great suggestion, and definitely something we can discuss with the committee. So thank you for that.
Lynsy, could you put up the dates again
Sure.
for them?
And somebody's asking the question, what is JCI? It used to be JC's, JC International, and it's had multiple names throughout the years, but it's an 18 to 40-year-old international organization as well that emphasizes leadership training, especially for people of age 18 to 40. But I mean, I was involved with that organization before any other community organization. And again, I used it as a process of learning that, taught me things that I took to my profession at the time. And again, it was an excellent leadership training program.
And we do have a formal partnership with JCI at this point as well. So working with them should be pretty easy, I would think. Another comment was that professional certifications and hours towards earning some professional certifications. Could this program be used for that? That is something that we are actively looking into. It likely won't be formalized for this year just due to the cost of certifying our program for those needs. But if a professional organization is open to any training, that could definitely be a possibility that our program could be used for hours towards that.
Lynsy, refresh my memory, and if you said it, I apologize, but if they complete the modules April through June, or even if now they know they would not be going to Salt Lake City, you guys are still trying to do virtuals for those that are unable to venture to Salt Lake, correct?
Correct. Yes, we will make sure that everyone has access to that culminating program material. So whether they are able to attend in Salt Lake City or not, everyone will have access to that. And there's no additional program cost for attending the in-person capstone experience in Salt Lake City. Once you pay the $200, that covers everything, whether you attend in person or virtually. So there is no additional charge for that.
Thank you. And that's the reason I said that too, is make sure, don't scare people off if they think, well, I can't go to Salt Lake City. That's a great program. We don't want people back away from it just for that reason.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why we wanted to make it as accessible as possible. We would love for people to come to Salt Lake City and physically meet one another and participate that way, but we know that that's not the reality, especially right now. That many people, that's just not going to be possible. So we'll make sure that we have that capstone experience available for everyone.
Since we've talked about Salt Lake City, let me just make sure everybody aware is that according to President Art, they are stretching out as far as they can, and hopefully no later than the April board meeting, they will make a final decision on what Salt Lake City will look like. We all, we'd be living in a cave if we didn't understand what's going on. But Kiwanis is very, very aware of the international problems with COVID and everything and traveling. But April will be the cutoff. There will be no early bird registration. It'll be a flat registration, not to exceed $399 is the game plan. Same price as last year.
Yes, great point. They're meeting again February 25th to discuss where we're at with COVID, and if they can make a decision at that time, and if not, then they may end up pushing it to the April board meeting, but they will be discussing it again in February. Another question just came into the chat box. How much time is invested in each module? We're estimating that about 2.5 to 3.5 hours a week. So 2.5 to 3.5 hours for the module. Each of the segment videos is no longer than 20 minutes. Our goal was to make this content digestible, not something where you're going to be staring at your screen for hours on end. We wanted to make it quick, simple, useful. And then there will be supplemental materials that accompany each video. So whether that be a worksheet, reflection questions, an activity that you'll do, a quiz that you might take to find out more about yourself and your strategies and your styles, all that good stuff. We're still estimating only about 2.5 to 3.5 hours a week for completing all of that. Yes. So is this the first year that this program has been offered? Yes, this is a brand new program. This is our inaugural launch. So we're very excited about that. And what an awesome opportunity to say that you were a part of the first class to participate in Kiwanis Amplify, because we anticipate that this program will be around for a very long time to come. Yes, 8 modules at 2.5 hours to 3.5 hours per module. So 1 module per week for 8 weeks. Any other questions? I know that there are a few housekeeping items that need to happen before this meeting concludes. So I don't want to take up all the time, but I did see, Barbara, I did see your message about wanting more information on the JCI partnership. I'm going to scroll to the end here. Again, this Kiwanis Amplify at kiwanis.org. That is a good email address. So if you do come up with any questions that you have about the program, and Barbara, your question about JCI, if you want to shoot me an email, that will trigger me to contact you with more information on that I don't have at the ready at this moment. So I will get back to you on that if you've got any specific questions. Krista, I will share the slides with you so that Perfect. If anybody wants the slides, you can send that out to whomever. I'm happy to share these slides.
Super. I will send the link along with the recording link out by tomorrow.
Fabulous.
Great. Well, thank you, Lynsy. That was amazing. I think we all learned a lot.
Well, thank you, everyone. I appreciate you having me, and I hope to see some of you participating. We would love to have you.
Great. All right.